2020 Pokemon card gift ideas coming your way. What's up guys, DJ back again with another video. Today I'm going to share with you some ideas I have for a good Christmas gift for a child, for your partner, for anyone, all ages, it doesn't matter. It could be for, your grandkids, your kids, your husband, like me, anyone our age as well. There's plenty of different collectors out there. I'm going to try to touch on some different budget styles as well. I'm going to go very general a little bit here, but let's get into this video. Hopefully this helps out some of you guys. So guys, the way I see it, you have really two options when it comes to Pokemon cards. Two of the main options. You got PSA / Pokemon cards themselves, and you got sealed product. Honestly speaking, I think the sealed product is the easiest and probably the safest bet to get. It's very much like getting a voucher of some sort. You know how like you don't really want to think too much and you just be like, oh, what can I get my best friend for Christmas? Maybe I'll just get him a voucher for Kmart, Big W, iTunes, or whatever it is, the store. So with sealed product, I only see one really difficulty with it. Whereas PSA and Pokemon cards, they can be a little bit tricky if you don't know certain details. So we'll touch on that later in the video, but we'll start off with the easiest option, which is sealed product. So with sealed product, the real difficulty that I see with it is stock availability. Especially if you're going after the latest sets, such as Vivid Voltage. A lot of the items aren't in stock at the moment. My pre-order still hasn't arrived yet. And I hear that there's a wait on ETBs till January, so that's way past Christmas. So certain things you might not be able to get. However, you can get other things as well from it. So it depends what items you choose. And with sealed product, generally speaking, you can go for booster boxes, which is the high end. I'd say I call it high end because it's like $150 Australian. And some people don't really want to spend that much on a Christmas gift. It really depends who the gift is for and how much you usually spend on your budget. But I would call that like a high-end kind of gift in a way. So $150, because think about it. If you have 5 kids and all of them want Pokemon cards, that's 5 times $150. That's a lot of money you got to spend. You don't have to go that route. There's plenty of different options. There's the ETB. I think that is probably the well-rounded gift right there. ETB options are usually $80, $60 to $80 Australian. All right, so that is like not too expensive, under $100, and it's not too cheap either. The other route you can go is actually get multiple small items. So I kind of like, if you get a tin, some tins are like $30 to $40, or depends on the tin size and how many packs are in it. But yeah, they're roughly that price. And then you could add along, some blisters or some just loose boosters. Loose boosters can go about $5 to $6, even $7 sometimes. Depends where you're getting them from. Depends what set they're from as well. So those are important to note as well. But generally speaking, if you don't want to go a booster box and that's too expensive, and ETBs are a bit, that's just one item. You can go multiple items, get the tin, get a couple blisters. A tin's like $30 to $40, a couple blisters is like $20. You're looking at $60 there, and then maybe some loose booster packs, make it an even $70. You really do have quite a few options here. It's just whether or not you can find the stock. The other thing is you can search on places like Facebook Marketplace and Instagram and eBay for some of those products that you don't really find on the shelves. Especially in Australia, like, our supply is nowhere near America or even the UK, but people are selling on all those other platforms. The question is, how much are they selling for? If it's whether or not it's a good price or a retail price. As we all know, there's a lot of flippers and scalpers out there and stuff. So they're also looking to make a profit as well. So chances are they bought things for a decent price and they're probably flipping it for a bit of a profit. So that's what you got to take into account as well. Whether or not it's worth it's always worth looking, sussing it out and seeing if there is a good deal there or not. I always look every single day, but that's just me. So I pretty much mentioned all the sealed product there. In regards to high end, you can also get some of those premium collection boxes, the bigger ones. And they usually have those for holiday sets and a few other sets as well. But, you know, if you're going to choose that or the booster box, I think a lot of kids or generally people like the booster boxes. Those premium collection boxes generally have good promos in it, and you need to take that into account as well when you buy those tins or even those collection boxes with promo cards, whether or not the person you're buying for has those promos already. Which kind of leads me into the PSA and the Pokemon card discussion on what you need to think about when you're buying those things as well. So if you want to go the PSA route or the Pokemon cards raw, that is always, I feel like that's a more personal option. It really depends how well you know the person. I have friends who know that I like Pokemon cards, but they have no idea what I have, so it'd be a little tricky for them if they're going that route. I've always got friends, that buy me certain, collection boxes or booster boxes or whatever like that. So, that's usually the easiest route, like I said before. But with cards, even my wife would struggle to buy me a card. Because the thing is, as a collector, you probably don't really want this, doubles or triples of the same card. That's more of a reseller kind of vibe there, If I wanted to resell a certain good card, I don't really want doubles. I guess unless it's, really high end. You can let me know what you think. A lot of people, a lot of the collectors, I already have that card. Especially kids as well, they want to see different cards. So if there's a few things you need to know, I guess. What Pokemon do they like? What's their favorite Pokemon, or what type of Pokemon they like? That generally helps, For example, with me, I like Primeape. So, I wouldn't mind a Primeape card. The thing is, what if I have it? So they'd have to look through my collection. They'd have to ask me. They'd have to, it really depends. Are you making this a surprise kind of gift? Because, obviously, if you ask me, what's my favorite Pokemon? Do you have this card? That just leads me to know what you're going to get me. I don't know. I like that whole Christmas surprise idea. So that really depends on you and how you discuss it with your partner or your kids or whatever like that. But, I'd be excited either way. But, for some people also, it's like, if taking away that excitement factor, I really don't want to know what I get for Christmas as well. So, if you know their favorite type of Pokemon, if do they have this card or not, that really helps. What else? So how many cards is enough as well? So I guess with a PSA card, I think buying one, probably even two is like, it can break the bank. It really depends on what cards you're getting, whether they're vintage or they're new products or whatever like that. But if you're buying raw cards, specific cards, and that that they need these cards for their collection, that is really cool. That's really really personal. If my wife bought me a certain holographic from a certain Watsy set that I really need, that would make my day. That would be like, wow, I've been chasing this all year round, and, you got me one. But the only issue with that, right, is, when are you buying this present? Ideally before Christmas, ideally as early as possible, as soon as possible. The other thing is, what if I'm chasing that card currently, and before Christmas, I buy myself that card? That would be super duper funny. If I bought myself the card that she bought me for Christmas, it'd be like clashing. I'm not going to hate her gift, but it's just like, wow, what a coincidence. So that's why it can be a little bit tricky when you're getting PSA cards or just raw cards as well. I think that's definitely, a lot more personal and a lot more meaningful in a sense, but I think nobody's going to complain if you get sealed product. It's definitely the easiest route to go. And I guess the ultimate sealed product, depending on your budget, would be some sort of vintage sealed booster pack. And a lot of them are really pricey now, $500, $600, $1,000. Really depends what you're getting. But, I think the really best option, if you know your child, if you know your partner, what do they like? What sets do they collect as well? You got to take that into account a little bit, because some sets, you could get a booster box and it's Steam Siege. It's a little tricky. I think the safest bet for sealed product would be anything that's modern, that is current right now. And that was made this year, maybe even last year. It really depends on the set. Hidden Fates came out last year. A lot of the Sun and Moon sets that are really cool came out a few years ago. So, and they might be cheaper too. They might not be available, but that is the case. You got to really search, all right? It's just like any other gift. But, you know, with Pokemon, for me, because I'm in this hobby, I know it, and I know a lot of parents aren't really in the hobby. They're just buying whatever their kid wants. So they might say, what's the latest thing? And, you know, they'll tell them Vivid Voltage or whatever. So their parent will go online, look up for Vivid Voltage, and it'll be sold out, sold out, sold out. And that could be an issue. That could make things hard. But if you shop around, if you look on, you know, a lot of the social platforms, you can definitely find some sealed product out there. It's just a matter of price, like I said before. I don't see any, you know, parents probably buying their kids $1,000 booster packs or vintage packs. I wouldn't go that route. But for someone like me, I'm like 30, you know, maybe my wife will be like, hey, I'll give you a vintage booster pack. Sometimes she goes crazy with gifts. You know, for my birthday, she got me a MacBook Air or a MacBook Pro. I can't remember which one. I've got it just sitting on the table. She also got me an iPhone. She got me a few things, a Beats headphones thing. So those things are like $1,000 plus. So, you know, she could, you know, it depends on the relationship. It depends what you get. I have friends that spend thousands of dollars on their husband or, you know, on their brother or whatever like that. Maybe that's just the way they do Christmas. But, you know, generally speaking, I think the easiest and safest option is sealed product. And also, I think kids like little things, you know, multiple mini things. So if you're getting an ETB, it's like one box wrapped up. It's like, okay, here you go. It's a good product. You know, it's got good chaseable cards, you know, a few booster packs in there and a promo card. But if you were to give your child a Galapal mini tin of some sort, along with a 3-pack blister, along with one tin, a sealed tin, you know, and they're all 3 wrapped presents, it's just, it might end up being the same. You know, you get a few promos, you get probably equal amount of booster packs to an ETB, but I'm not sure if they would like that more or not. So it really depends. It's hard when you're not asking what do they collect, and, you know, not knowing, you know, being in this hobby, that can be a little bit tricky. But if you talk to anyone in the community, if you also just look up YouTube videos, you can see what's the latest Pokemon news, Pokemon sets. And I'm kind of saying all this because there's a lot of people out there that aren't really in this hobby. They're just looking to buy a gift. So, and that's what I'm trying to help you guys with. You know, blister packs, they're very affordable. Booster packs, very affordable. Tins can be very affordable. Even a booster box is affordable. It's just a matter of, you know, how many kids do you need to buy a booster box for? You know, if you're buying multiple, that could get pretty pricey. And I know sometimes there's no price on a gift, but it's the thought that counts. So that's all I'm trying to, you know, really say here. I'm sure your kids won't really mind, or even your partner. I wouldn't mind for a couple of booster packs on Christmas. That wouldn't bother me at all. So, you know, I think you could please anybody with sealed product. If you're going really personal, you kind of need to know a bit more about their collection, about what they're chasing, what they like, what they're after. And you got to kind of try to make sure that they don't buy that before you get it as well. It's same with any other gift, really. You know, if I bought my friend a toaster, what if someone else gave him a toaster? It's like, it can get a little tricky. But it's the same with cards. There's so many options out there. There's so many variety. I don't think you can go really wrong with Pokemon if they are a fan of Pokemon. And I know some people like multiples. That might just be me. So if you are going the card option or the PSA card option, if you get them a Charizard that they already have, I'm sure they don't mind having 2 Rainbow Rare Charizards of some sort or whatever like that. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I'm happy to help anyone. Feel free to enter my giveaways as well. They all should be given out before Christmas and sent out as well. So if you want to enter those giveaways and possibly just win something instead of buying something, that might be an option too. But anyway, guys, I'll see you in 2 to 3 days' time. Bye.